Hello and welcome to episode number 1 of Cabaret, darlings. I'm your host, Millie Dollar, and this is what I sound like. We are sponsored today by my eco-friendly sideline, milliedollarbeauty.com, a range of vegan, biodegradable cosmetic glitters, super light, amazing synthetic, that's a hard word, synthetic silk lashes, and you can save using our podcast promo, Cabaret Darlings, all one word, all caps, to save 10% on your next order. Ooh,
10%.
That's pretty good, I think. It's nice.
Yeah,
So today our guest is Velma Von Bon Bon.
Hello.
Hello. In her very swish dinosaur jumper, just like Dita Von Teese.
No, I'm really glamorous because this is Cabaret.
This is Cabaret, darlings.
And, I'm lounging in my silk matching 1930s pajama set. On a velvet chaiselongue.
I am wearing Marabou slippers, which is kind of weird because I'm in your house.
And we have a tiny dog. And there's going to be chocolates brought to us.
Oh, nice. Do we have a butler?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. I've always wanted one of those.
No, dinosaur jumper, socks.
Yeah, that's everything
trousers.
you need.
I'm wearing trousers.
I'm glad you specified that, otherwise this would be a very different type of podcast, wouldn't it?
It's all about what's in the imagination.
Imagine
you can
us.
imagine what my trousers look like and whether they cover my legs.
We will not describe them, but we may describe the jumper at some point.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's got
good
a
jumper.
dinosaur.
All right, so you've been a regular host at Martini Lounge, which is, of course, my show.
Yes.
And how we got to know each other as well, because we must have met, 10 years ago? No.
More than that, because it is my 10-year anniversary in December.
Oh, wow.
So we met probably at least a year before that.
So 11 years?
Because we'd known each other, and then I went to the show probably after I'd known you for a little bit in a different context, sort of as corset-y type context, working in a corset shop.
Yeah.
And then accidentally got a ticket to your show because it was always sold out. And then...
I love the fact that it was an accidental
Yeah, but I mean,
introduction
I didn't even know it existed, and
it was back then. It was a secret show. People didn't know that.
Well,
it existed.
It sold out 2 months in advance every single time, and I was in a vintage shop, and someone had needed to sell a ticket because they were ill or something.
Yeah,
and it was literally like, "Hey, do you want to go to this show? I don't really know you, but come with us." So, because I used to shop so much, I would get friends with shop owners.
You still are.
Yeah, exactly. You just make friends with shop owners because you go in there so often.
It happens.
I went and I just had the best time, and the rest is history.
Amazing. I'm glad that I could have been your introductor or introduct.
Well, it was lucky because it was a really good lineup.
I know they're always good lineups. Hey, you've got to say that.
Yeah, they are. But at the time, it was very classic.
It was
some of the most iconic people who have turned out to be the most iconic.
Yeah, burlesque was kind of different back then as well. We work dirty enough. We go harder.
But
now.
I remember, I get confused with the first sort of 2 or 3 shows I saw, which order they were in.
Yeah.
But Anaphylaxis was definitely in one of the very early ones I saw.
Yeah, she was kind of irregular for a little bit.
Just the fact that her pasties were the tops of washing up liquid bottles, that blew my mind. What?
I've seen a different world.
I didn't see that coming. I was just I mean, sure. Now everybody has pasties in the shape of weird shit, but back then, you know what I mean? It was
it was mind blowing.
It blew my tiny mind.
Yeah,
I just thought that they would just be circles. But no,
I love
the fact that they could be something else was just this is more creative than I realised.
But then we went on to, you debuted at the Martini Lounge. So, and now it was the first time you hosted, I think, was when you were the last minute host.
Yes.
And now you're the regular host, so it's a really nice circle. It's like a little family.
And
Liverpool burlesque family.
That's how life works. It's nice.
Yeah.
Just accidents, happy accidents.
I mean, we didn't give each other anniversary gifts.
When was your anniversary though?
Well, when we met. not our husband.
For when we met.
Yeah, but when
But we don't even know when it was, because like it was 10 years outside. More than that.
10 or 11 years ago.
No, 11, at least 11. Probably a bit more than 11.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It'll probably be
now.
corsets.
Something to do with corsets.
Corsets and stockings.
Yeah.
Vintage shit. So you're skilled in... God, this is a long list of your various skills. Is stilt walking, unicycling, aerial hoop, silks, aerial chains, quick changes, and more. So is there anything else you think you're going to add into
in the future?
Yeah.
Oh, I've definitely got plans, but I don't know.
You're keeping a secret?
No.
Just haven't decided yet?
No, I bought a foot juggling table a year ago,
Mm.
which speaks volumes about how well that's going. Because
these things take time.
well, yeah, but also you have to put practice in.
Yeah.
Thing called practice.
Oh, is that one of those things that people can do when they have any free time at all?
Yeah,
I've heard tell of this. Yeah,
I'm still intent. It's kind of like a 10-year plan. And I had a fantastic lesson with Ulrich Storch, who is amazing, and it's just on the back burner. I don't know, the unicycle I had for 2 years before I even touched it, literally. It was just in a corridor for 2 years. But then there's also, I have many, many small instruments that have never been picked up.
like musical instruments.
Yeah, like
Really?
I have a tiny, tiny ukulele, and I've got my tiny clown bike, which is not very much use.
I do love
I've
that
got
it fits
guitar.
in a handbag.
I was like, I want to learn guitar. It'll be so cool.
You need like 20 more hours in the week, I think.
Well, I'm
practice
just
all this stuff.
not everything I try and learn will stick, and that's fine. Hopefully the foot juggling will. That's the plan. 10-year plan.
Yeah. I'd say 10-year plan is good.
Yeah, but I do
You-
need
you
to like
have
get
a
on with
plan.
it, because
Well, yeah.
yeah,
But, you've got 10 years to get on with it.
Yeah.
So, like,
who knows what's going
that's
to
a long time. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in 10 years. Like, this. Who's doing this?
Yeah,
10 whole years straight.
it's already been 10 years. We're already halfway.
Yeah. So you are, of course, married to Rob, who is a comedian.
Yes.
So you're both creatives.
Yes.
So which is something I have in common with you, because obviously I'm married to Ed. He's
Mm-hmm.
also a creative. How do you find, like, creatives in relationships? Because you both kind of work along the similar vein. You have the similar
Yeah.
stresses.
It's lovely. I just wish we had more time together. I think that's the thing. So we work weird hours and don't see enough of each other. But it's really nice to just have a bottle of wine and listen to music and sort of get excited about ideas that may never get made. Or things, again, that we've been talking about for a long time. Creating company walkabout stuff, which is another thing that is on the back burner, but gradually progressing little bit by bit.
Mm-hmm.
We got our baby unicorn, our baby dragon puppet. So we are doing that together. For the first time this year, we did it together.
So you're creating a puppet family.
Yeah.
now.
And we did it together at Chester, and also a lovely little gin festival, and it was so nice.
A gin festival.
Yeah, they had a family
What?
day. Family day at a gin festival.
How would you have a family day at a gin festival?
Well, the
we have
parents
to
drink
get
gin,
pissed
and
off your
yeah, literally
little
just
Terry.
something to entertain the children, and
Yeah.
the children just love unicorns, it was really nice.
Did you get to enjoy the gin?
We had a gin, but I was driving, so
Singular
Yeah.
gin. They could have given you a takeaway gin,
well,
which
they
is
gave
what I
us
hear is just
the
a
gin
bottle
was
of gin.
donated to us, not a bottle, but a nice gin,
A bit.
and it was lovely.
A bit of gin.
A bit of gin.
A bit of gin is good.
Everyone needs a bit of gin. I've got wine. Just telling the public. Because
Disclaimer.
wine. Can
There
you
is-
hear it? It's silent wine.
It's probably if you tap the glass and you can make an announcement.
I have wine, everyone.
This is a beautiful speech, but I'm not sure about the rest of the wedding. Alright, so we're going to talk about shortly a performer from burlesque history, but quickly I'm going to tell you all about Montreux Studios.
Okay.
Montreux Studios is a Manchester-based photography studio who work with both professional models and photographers, and those who want to dip their toe into the world of modelling or photography. So they specialise in vintage pin-up photography and using authentic vintage sets. There are so many spaces to inspire you if you're the model or the photographer. They will provide everything from makeover shoots to group photographer events. You can find me shooting there regularly as well if you want to come along and shoot me. Do you?
Well, I don't have a fancy camera, but I have a phone.
iPhone will do, that's fine.
I have a Huawei. I bought it just for the camera.
Brilliant. You can find me there shooting as well alongside many amazing models. So I pop up at the occasional group shoots, which happen the first weekend of the month. So if you want to, you can join.
I was going to say, is that an invitation? Can anyone join in the group shoots?
People can join in the group shoots. So if you can find all the information on the Facebook group Montrose Discussions, Events and Hire. So there's all the information there for anyone that wants to join in as a photographer or as a model.
Oh, cool.
So come along.
That's
Bring the
interesting.
puppet family.
I've seen a lot of the pictures and they are very kinky in a good way.
Well, my pictures are pretty kinky. Yeah.
Yeah. So also, listeners, subscribe. Go on Patreon. Find people's modelling pages.
Thank you for plugging my Patreon.
Plug everything. I have listened to enough podcasts to know how this works.
So if you join their Facebook group, Montrose Discussions, Events and Hire for information on those as and when they happen, plus other themed group shoots. So they have a Halloween shoot coming very soon.
Oh, Halloween shoot. Now, that's good because it's October.
It is
so
October.
That's really,
so this is really useful.
Appropriate.
It's just the right time.
It's the perfect time to get your shoot.
Get yourself down there, throw some fake blood on a model, shoot them.
Yeah, and those sets, they look really cool.
The sets
I mean, you're not going to be able to
amazing.
get that anywhere else.
I've spent a lot of time there, and they are
What's your favourite set?
Oh, I don't know, because there's some really good sets, but I do quite like the Betty Page style set, obviously, because I am a big lover of anything retro fetish, so I'm usually hanging around there. Do kind of like the barnyard set though, because I appreciate a roll in the hay.
Hey. But then also, if that's your thing, maybe that could be a present for someone.
Yeah.
Get your partner a little shoot,
swing them around in the
little surprise
that hay bale
shoot.
there.
Maybe with them, or maybe surprise them with some sexy pictures of yourself.
So Sophie and Phil really know their stuff as well, and look out for everyone in the studio, whether you're modelling or photography. So it's a really nice, lovely, friendly environment. So it's pretty chill.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it? Because when you're getting into kinky
you want to
gear,
feel relaxed when
you want to feel relaxed. Some people are nervous.
Of the camera, you know. Contact them by email, sophie@montrose-studios.co.uk. That is sophie@montrose-studios.co.uk, and you can find them on Facebook and Instagram at Montreux Studios, all one word.
Very nice.
Very lovely.
I'm definitely going to follow them.
Yeah, you should follow them. They put some good pictures up all the time.
I think
I'm not just saying that because I'm in them.
Honestly, see the good pictures a lot, but I would like to see more of them, so I'm going to follow that.
Yeah, straight on it. Get on that Instagram.
Gonna get on it like a cub on it.
All right. So, are you ready for me to tell you a wee story?
I'm excited about the story.
See, I'm being good, and I'm having a cup of tea, which doesn't really sound as nice, I don't think, as the wine, but
wine time.
Tea. If you hear any slurping or gulping, it's probably just us drinking either wine or tea.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. Do not change the channel. All right, so I'm going to tell you about Betty Jumel.
Okay.
Have you heard of Betty Jumel?
No.
Oh, so this is a new subject. I think this is someone that you're gonna like.
Okay.
I think this is some history that you're gonna like.
I'm settling in.
Get you comfy.
I'm getting my position.
Click your fingers. Get that butler. Get that chocolate. So Betty Jumel was known as the Little Bundle of Fun. The Little Bundle of Fun.
Yeah.
You don't like that tagline?
No, that's cute.
It's cute, right? I thought it was
How
cute.
little was she?
Doesn't say. I couldn't actually find it anywhere. I think she was about like 4'9", maybe.
I hate when people are smaller than me.
Why? She's like, I want to be the
smallest.
I want to be the smallest bundle of fun.
If you're going to be short, you might as well be the shortest person.
Well, as well as being the little bundle of fun, she was also one of the most hard-working women in vaudeville and cabaret. I thought this may resonate with you somewhat.
Thank you. I love that everybody thinks I'm really hardworking. It's really nice.
It's a really fantastic veneer that you've managed to get going.
It's a weird little tagline that I've managed to get. But I feel
the
really
hardest working woman in cabaret.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's people that work way harder than me. Just
you work pretty hard.
I do work hard also.
You work a lot.
But yes, not dissing anyone else. You know, everybody works hard.
Everyone works.
It's
hard.
Tough.
It's true. It's a hard old world out there.
It is. But she worked hard and
she did. Well, she first appeared on stage at the age of 10, working alongside her father, 2 of her brothers, and a sister with their stage act, the 4 Jamels, which I hope didn't involve any counting. Because that's 5, isn't it?
So, hang on, say that again. So
she appeared on stage with her father, 2 of her brothers, and a sister.
Oh, right, yeah. So there's been 4 siblings and a father.
Yeah. So was the father like, I'll play the piano and you go and be the 4 Jamels?
He had a different surname? For
some
some reason.
Same surname. I don't know.
Maybe just he wasn't part of, like, maybe he was just about the kids.
He's like,
just wanted to be like,
give them their time.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, it's their time to shine.
Their supervisor?
Maybe he was like their manager.
Yeah.
But
so he played. He played.
Well, they did various things. Like all of them did various things. So which Betty learned. So she learned at this time, at the age of 10, learned how to sing and dance. Which that's easy when you're 10. But she learned how to throw her voice. If you think of the 10-year-olds that you've met in your life, would you like any of them to have the ability to throw their voice?
I thought at first you were asking if I liked any of them, and I was about to say, nah.
No, I hated every 10-year-old I ever met.
No, some of them are fine. Yeah, that's a skill.
It is like a 10-year-old ventriloquist.
Yeah,
like that
is a winner of Britain's Got Talent. That's some
Simon Cowell
shit.
will like that shit.
Yes.
But the 4 Jamels disbanded before the First World War. I'm very confused when I read that because I'm not sure how you disband a family.
Well, they just went off, did their solo projects.
They went solo, like
so
Michael Jackson with the with
like
the Jackson
the Spice
5.
Girls, kind of. They kind of did. I don't know.
They weren't a family though.
They were. I mean,
they were
think
a family
about it, really.
in our eyes.
They were special. I mean, don't tell the Spice Girls they're not family because they'll be like, yes.
They might listen to this,
and they'll be like,
and then they're gonna sue
you. We are
you.
a family.
We are.
And all of our fans.
Everyone listening, you're part of our family. We expect presents at Christmas. Okay, so her and her father became a double act instead, with Betty playing the piano, dancing, and singing. But as she was quite small for her age, she would often wear a lace dress and ringlets during the performances. So this is the age
to look older,
to look younger.
Oh right, they wanted her to look younger.
Yeah, like a baby doll.
Okay.
So, have you seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
Yes.
You know that I picture this as like Baby Jane Hudson.
Yeah.
Like I've written a letter to Daddy.
Yeah,
all that freaky shit. That's what I imagine when I think of it.
Back then it was a bit more like
it was fine.
Kind of,
then, I guess.
Cute kids.
Yeah, get on stage and sing. We need to eat. She went solo. It didn't say at what age though. She went solo. So from the age of 10 to some point she was like, bye Dad, I don't want to wear the dress no more.
Okay.
And I want to straighten my hair. I'm fed up with ringlets.
Yeah.
Understandable. Yeah, I mean, I grew out of that very long time ago. It's like, please Dad, don't make me
I
sing
don't have
songs.
a choice. I'd look like I've stuck my finger in a socket on a regular occasion. Just GHDs as soon as I could afford them.
Yeah. Well, after she went solo, she began writing, creating her own material using all of her previous training, so ventriloquism, singing, dancing, so on. But her skits included a pastiche of Swan Lake, where she played a fairy,
Right.
an opera singer, and as a concert pianist whose only ability was to play all of the wrong notes.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Although, if it's just all of the wrong notes, isn't it just random notes?
Well, I know there was. Yeah,
you gotta have.
pretty much.
I feel like to have the context of a wrong note, you
Play
need to
the
have
notes,
some right notes to know what's a wrong note.
Or play the notes around the right note.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just someone mashing at a piano.
Yeah. But she was a trained pianist, so there must have been some method to this.
I just think that was just the way it was phrased. I think it must have been the occasional wrong note for, comedy's sake.
Well, it does say
artfully
played
placed.
all of the wrong notes.
Yeah, exactly, but
And
that can't be true.
Well, there was that joke of you're playing that song wrong, and it's like I'm playing all the right notes, just not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah. Unless she just sort of played it all slightly down the piano. You know what I mean? Like maybe she just took the whole,
just a little, like
just took it
different tempo,
took
different.
it down
pitch.
like an octave. An octave it would sound the same, but like a semitone or a tone. So it just sounded a bit wrong. I don't know. I'm not musical enough to know.
Yeah.
If that would sound wrong enough.
Someone.
But anyway, I like the idea that
right
she
in
was into comedy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Oh, there's more to come.
Ooh.
Oh, there's plenty more to come. She also joined the Tiller Girls for a skit. You know the Tiller Girls? They were like the high-kicking chorus line.
Yeah.
So they're all like around the same height. They all had the similar look.
And she was tiny.
And she would join them.
Yeah.
As that part of that skit. But she performed this in Liverpool at the Pavilion Theatre, which is now the Pivy Bingo Hall.
I was going to say, I've heard of that.
It's about a 10-minute drive from where we're currently sitting.
Yeah.
So she was not that far away. Really not that far away at all.
And what sort of, this would have been after the war then, would it?
Well, she became quite popular in her own right throughout the 1910s and beyond.
Right.
But when she performed in Liverpool, it would have been the early 50s. So she
she'd be a lot older.
She was in the scene a lot. Right. She worked a very long time.
Yeah.
She began working with other comedians of the era, teaming up with Nat Jackley. Don't know if you've heard of them. No. I want to find more pictures of him because I found a few.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. But he was really tall and angular, which complemented her short frame. So they had a turn called At the Ball. I can't find any explanation or further information on it, but I can kind of imagine what that would entail. Like, I can picture it in my mind.
So it's kind of like
So it's a ballroom
on
dancing
the
skit.
size difference and how awkward that might be. I mean, she might be looking at, depends how tall he was and how short she was. That might be an awkward place for a face to be.
Oh.
I don't know. That would have to be a very severe height difference.
It would, yeah.
But I did, when I was 14, actually, dance with a boy who I did not really want to dance with. It was very awkward. But he
Why did you dance with him?
Because he
societal
asked
pressure
me, and it's just a bit like, okay.
What did you dance to? Was it like a proper dance?
No, like a slowy, just swaying side to side.
Was it like Whitney Houston or something?
I've got the worst memory.
That.
This is great for a podcast, isn't it? I can't remember anything. I don't remember what happened last week. No, but I do remember the height difference being so significant that I was literally looking at his belly button. If he not had
Did
clothes
he have a
on.
good belly button?
I don't know because he had clothes on. Thank God.
That
because
tease.
he was really he was gross. But so it's possible to have that.
It is possible.
I'm sure that could have been quite hilarious.
Yeah. Well, it does say that during this skit, Betty would wear a too tight ball gown, which was split up one side to reveal her skinny legs. It sounded like she had quite.
And people were like, "Hi, your legs are
legs.
So skinny, it's hilarious."
Pretty much.
I mean, don't think they
was
would
different.
Think that. Yeah, exactly. Humor was different. People would be like, "Ooh, a skinny leg." That's sexual because everything is.
I mean, maybe at that time it was like that leg's too skinny to be
leg's
sexual.
like a little noodle. Look
It's
at your
funny.
little noodle legs. I wish that we lived in that time now where
all you had to do was be like, leg.
But
that was a good joke.
It's hard to be a woman and be funny in many ways because people will go, "Oh no, you're sexy," or "That's sexual," or "I see you in a sexy way." So to be a woman with a little skinny leg coming out and that to be funny,
Yeah.
that's the dream. I want to have legs.
That's the dream.
I want to have legs that. So I think we should get, maybe if there's anyone listening who would like to draw some funny legs that are skinny.
Send us in
Send us in a
skinny
little
legs.
picture of
In a
some
ball gown,
funny legs in a ball
preferably.
gown. You can add the rest of the body for context.
It said that they also teamed up in drag,
Yeah.
with Betty playing the male part and Nat playing the female part. So it's not stated whether it's for this skit or not, but maybe
Right.
he put the ball gown on every now and then.
The same ball gown, so we
Well,
tried to squeeze into the one that was
don't
too
know.
tight for her.
Yeah, because it would have been very tight for him.
Yeah.
And that would have been a
maybe
whole
they
lot
would-
of leg.
Maybe they would have had to have two ball gowns
Yeah.
that were the same
Similar
in style, but different fit. That's that's good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen it.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no videos of it. There are a few videos of her on YouTube.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can actually go and watch a little bit of Betty Jumel. But the reason I love the story of Betty Jumel is that she geared to what would have been considered mildly grotesque humour.
Right.
People are easily grossed out at this time.
yeah,
from
which
what
is
I
good
can
because
gather.
people are not easily grossed out anymore.
Not anymore.
Because they've seen everything.
Yes. But she would drink the water from a vase of wilting flowers. And that was like, oh my god, clutching my pearls.
Wow.
How could she? That's just disgusting.
You know, and now we have Jackass, and that's just not ever going to fly, is it?
Yeah,
It's just not
I've
extreme
seen too many people like be sick on national
Yeah,
TV.
exactly.
That's why is that a thing?
Let's go back to a simpler time, a time when you can
time where
drink
you could-
flower water.
Yeah.
And it's
And people
shocking.
would be like, that's just horrific. And yeah,
I mean, it might not have even been real flower water, or was it?
I don't think so. I think
Could have just
it
staged
must have
it.
just have been
Could have
there.
been just fresh, just put
Yeah.
in there, and then she
There's
put
just a
flowers
little
in
bit
it.
of flowerness in there.
Yeah.
It's like people eat flowers nowadays.
Yeah, people put them in fancy restaurants. People
Yeah.
put them on cocktails. I had cocktails last night. They had flipping rose petals all over them. And that wasn't shocking. I mean, it's expensive. That was quite shocking.
The price was shocking.
The price was shocking.
Yeah.
But the flowers themselves were delicious.
Oh, that's good to know. Alright, some of my favourite stories of Betty Jumel are from her various pantos.
Oh, I love a
We
panto.
love a little bit of panto.
Oh, no, you don't.
So, such as this panto that she appeared in 1944 through 1945.
Okay.
So, this panto, and I have no idea how this would have been a panto, but this panto was a stage production of Humpty Dumpty, starring Betty Jumel with another vaudeville great Norman Evans at the Leeds Theatre Royal.
Wow.
Humpty Dumpty, the panto.
I hope they really drew it out a bit longer than it.
Well, they did. Here's the thing. The panto proved to be so popular that it ended up running for 22 weeks
Wow.
and still holds the record now for the longest running panto. It ran
And it was an
from
egg that
Christmas
fell off a
Eve.
wall.
It was an egg. It was a good egg.
It was an egg.
He's a good egg. He fell down.
And
We've made some jokes of
got
it.
put together again.
Well, it started on Christmas Eve and ran right through until the end of Easter.
Well, that's a quiet time. People need something to do in that time.
And
People are
they
like,
didn't have
Christmas is
TVs
finished.
then, you know.
And they just wanted to see eggs
I
be
did. Part of me, like,
resurrected.
Maybe
it
that
was
tied in with the Easter
yeah,
thing.
with religion. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the second coming, and everyone was like, I don't think it's going to happen again. Let's just pin all our hopes on this egg.
But now we know that Humpty Dumpty and the Second Coming happened in 1945
It did, so
at
it's
the Leeds
done.
Theatre Royale.
It's been, it's gone. We're waiting for the third one now.
Yeah, it's coming anytime
And
soon.
also, what I'm excited about what pantomime is going to overtake that in the future.
I don't know if any panto has the ability to
We're
still
waiting,
be that funny.
pantos. Do it. Bring us a pantomime that lasts longer than a 22-week run.
And maybe
Because
starring
it's
people
so
that
good and people
aren't-
can't get enough.
Yeah. But if they were starring people from, like, Love Island, they're probably not going to last 22 weeks.
I don't know. I've not actually watched Love Island, so I
Neither.
can't comment on their acting abilities. They might be amazing.
Yeah. Who Who knows?
Who
We'll have to
knows?
check him out in a panto near you. So Betty became one of the few successful female panto dames. So,
That's good.
That's
And to be
good.
small as well, and to be a
Yeah.
panto dame. She must have had a lot of presence for
she
that.
must have had a hell of a stage presence.
Yeah.
So, she toured constantly with pantos in the winter and summer concerts in the summer, of course. Yeah, it's in the summer. But in the 1960s, so if you think she was born in 1901, so in her mid-60s,
Yeah.
this happened. She was still working in pantos, and during one night of performing at the Lyceum in Edinburgh, she had a bit of an accident.
Wasn't Humpty Dumpty. again, was it?
Not Humpty Dumpty, I think it was something else. But it was a hunting scene in which Betty was sat astride a panto horse.
So she was actually riding
A panto
two
horse.
other people dressed as a horse.
There's 2 stagehands inside.
Right.
Yeah. But the leading stagehand, so the front of the
front
horse, front end of the panto horse, toppled forward, sending Betty flying over his head and landing on her face. She broke her nose.
Oh.
But she stood up, blood pouring out of her nose, and ad-libbed. Just cracked a little joke about it and finished the scene.
That's Cabaret.
That is. But as well as that, she performed her act that evening and didn't go to the hospital until the next day to get her nose reset, and then was back on stage that night.
That's very impressive. But also,
It's pretty impressive. But
look
that was
after
like,
yourself.
she was in her 60s
You know,
at that time.
I mean, I know we're like lauding this as that's great, but you know, don't work yourself into the ground and don't go to the hospital if you need to. If you need to go to the doctors, just fucking go. Sorry, can I swear on this? I didn't
Yeah,
even
you can
ask you.
totally swear on this.
Yeah,
Of course.
just-
I mean, you've met me. You know I can't speak
Yeah,
without
I mean,
swearing.
I admit I would not want to cancel a gig.
You haven't
ever.
cancelled gigs. So
I
this
bloody
is why
have. I
like this
broke
story
my
for you.
arm,
Yes.
and the first person I called was the producer. After I'd broken it 30 seconds later, I can't do the show. It was fine, we got a replacement, but that's the one show that I had to cancel.
So you broke your arm and you cancelled one show.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, see,
I think it was only one.
that's still pretty good going for breaking your
no.
arm.
I mean, I didn't perform for like 5 weeks, and maybe I didn't have any booked in. I can't remember. This is my bad memories. But, yeah, I did manage to do a lot of things with only one working hand for a while.
Yeah, I think, weren't you doing silk still with one arm?
I was teaching some silk. There's a lot of verbal instruction going on there. And,
As well as having a long career on stage, Betty worked in radio, television, and also in a few films, notably Cup Tie Honeymoon, which is a motion picture that was filmed in Manchester in 1948, starring Sandy Powell and Pat Pilkinson, who was later from Coronation Street. Bit of Corrie in there. It's a northern podcast.
yeah.
Gotta slip a little bit of Corrie in. There are clips of this movie available on YouTube, along with some short sketches of Betty Jumel in the TV show The Good Old Days. I will upload some photos of Betty Jumel and more photos of interest relating to her on the podcast Instagram account, which you can find by typing in @Cabaret Darlings. Do you follow us yet?
Yes, I
Are you lying?
do. No.
So give us a follow for future...
It's the first one.
Give us a wee follow for future episode updates and a visual history of each amazing person or persons we talk about on this podcast. So you go there, you'll see some pictures of Betty Jumel.
Are they all going to be people?
They're
I'm just wondering, are you
varying.
going to do an animal? Like
I have not been able to find much on cabaret animals,
Like a dog.
unfortunately.
I don't know.
Cabaret
I,
dog.
I'm going to research that.
I'm gonna interview my dog, Jake.
I just wondered
Gonna
if there's
tell
any
him a story.
showbiz cabaret dogs that, you know, started life.
So not famous
Not
ones,
famous.
unfortunately.
Oh, well.
I can try and find some information about that dog from Frasier.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a bit of Eddie.
Everyone loves Eddie. Was Eddie just one dog, though?
Yeah,
Or was he several dogs?
No, he
Because
was
a lot
one
of these
dog.
dogs are several dogs. Did you
He
know
was
that?
one dog. Apparently,
Because
he was one dog.
I think the dog in space is more than one dog. Like, you know, if the dog gets tired.
Yeah.
Second dog
treat
that looks the same.
Our dog actors better than our human actors.
Yeah. I could do with that. Like, if I get tired, just as fill in.
It would just be a dog wearing
Just a dog in a wig.
looking really confused. Like, what's going on?
And what
Like,
kind of
climb
dog
the
would I
steps.
be if I was a dog?
Oh.
What breed?
What breed of dog?
Small one. Maybe a bit yappy.
I think like a papillion.
What's a papillion? I don't
They're
know.
really they're like long haired, really like cute ears. They're called papillions because their ears look like butterfly wings.
Oh, that sounds
And they're really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like they have
What would
better
I be
hair
if
than
I
me.
was a dog breed? This podcast just turned into what dog would you
What
be?
dog would you be? Something elegant. I don't know a lot of dog breeds. I feel like a greyhound.
It's like live, kind of
Like live
swanning
and
around.
swanning and
And
elegant.
only runs short distances and then goes, fuck that. Yeah, it's pretty much spot on. So stay tuned while we discuss Betty after this quick break. So Angela Booth is a photographer based in Manchester, UK, inspired by pin-up, portraiture and vintage Hollywood glamour, with an ethos of creating beautiful photography for all, whether it's your first or 100th time in front of the camera. For Angela, photography is not about pressing a button, but inspiring those who get in front of her camera, helping you to feel more confident and radiant in your own skin.
I would
Getting
like
that
that.
skin.
Well, I know
Feel
I've
radiant.
met Angela. She's lovely.
She is.
So I
She's
can also
a
attest.
lovely person.
She's just a lovely person, and I can imagine that she would just make you feel so at
She
ease.
does. I've done quite a few shoots with Angela now. And you can find them on my Instagram at Millie_Dollar. But may as well get that in there. She always takes loads of care to create perfect image. So she's really nice at giving directions. She's really
I need direction.
excited
Yeah,
to
I think it's.
shoot amazing
Don't be
stuff
afraid
with
to admit
you.
if you need direction. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Like,
she's really, really lovely. She's
Yes.
really patient when you're shooting with her as well, which is good because I have a tendency to rabbit on and not pose very well because I'm like, now I'm going to tell you about all these things.
I have a Chandler smile.
A Chandler style.
Smile.
A Chandler smile.
Yeah.
I thought you said a Chandler style.
I mean,
what's
this is a
that gonna
podcast, you can't
be?
see it, but if anyone's seeing,
I will
friends,
take a photo of this Chandler smile and put it on our Instagram
It's
at
sort of
Cabaret.
either that or a Muppet. I'm just like, I don't quite know how to smile. Yeah. Is this smiling? Or like just a Muppet, you know, I imagine where your mouth is as wide as possible.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Bing!
bing! That was the word that I needed
That's-
to express what was going on in my
Well,
face, because no one can see it.
Angela will be able to help you. Angela? Yeah.
Angela,
Angela.
I'm going to come find you. You can help me find
gotta help you.
the smile between
Yeah. I'm going
a
to tell you
Chandler
now
and
how
a Muppet.
to contact her. It is
Please do.
AngelaMBooth@hotmail.com. That's all one word.
I was going to say, is that all one word?
AngelaMBooth@hotmail.com. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram at Angela Booth Photography. Again, there's loads of pictures of me on there, pretty much half naked, because that's what I
So
do.
that's just one of the reasons to go on there, and then the other reason is to get your own pictures like that.
So not only can you hear my voice, you can see
Her butt,
my butt, you can see most of my tits,
ankles,
whatever,
bits.
and Instagram allows you to see, which is not a lot.
well, it's everything but nipples and foof, isn't it?
Nipples and poof. No, a lot of people
Can you
are
see
getting.
crack? Is that
I've-
allowed on Instagram?
I have posted the fair crack on occasion. Again, my Instagram is.
I'm of the opinion that bums are funny,
Yeah.
but it's hard because people are like, no, bums are sexy, and yeah, they can be both.
They
but
can be both.
They can at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. Depends. I mean,
Again, find us a
there is
picture of a funny, sexy bum.
Michelle
Them
Lamore
both.
doing her
Yes!
Beethoven, which is sexy
That is
and
sexy
funny.
and funny.
If you haven't seen it, then go to
it.
YouTube, look up Michelle Lamore, Fifth Symphony, I think it is. Beethoven.
It's Beethoven, and
yeah,
it's so funny.
It's funny and it's sexy.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes, I'm all about funny and sexy, which
So-
sounds like this lady was both of these things.
Yeah, she was extremely a talented lady, I think.
Yeah. I wish
Did
I
you
could
enjoy
meet
that
her.
story of Betty
I
Jumel?
really did, and I feel like I want to go online and Google her because that is the way of the world now. But just
Gotta go Google that shit.
research, Google, YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see little clips of her. She sounds really
Oh,
interesting.
she has a few things in common with us in the sense of, she works far too hard. And probably I'm going to be working into my 60s at this rate, doing the same thing, stripping. But she married a fellow vaudeville performer.
It wasn't the tall guy.
Wasn't a tall guy.
It wasn't the partner. No.
But then after he sadly died, she remarried to a Italian acrobat.
Ooh.
I'm like, get it, girl. Nice one, Miss Betty Jumel.
And was he a toy boy, or was he of a similar age to her?
I think he's a similar age. I couldn't find...
Was he still acrobating when they got married?
He was still acrobating, yeah. They must have met through the circuit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it seems to have run in her blood because her daughter became an actress, but like a legitimate actress.
And is her daughter still acting today?
I think she is still alive, but she's not still acting today. Right. But she did marry She did marry Terence Morgan, who starred in Hamlet with Laurence Olivier.
Oh, wow.
So he was quite well known British actor. Yeah. But I couldn't find a lot of information about Betty Jumel's actual daughter, though, just that she was married to the
You just had the one daughter?
Typical. Yeah, she just had one.
And was that with the first marriage or the second?
The first marriage.
And how... I suppose she's dead now?
Betty Jumel?
Yeah, otherwise she'd be like 100.
She'd be 100 odd. She died in 1990 at the age of 89.
Oh, that's a good
life.
Full life.
Yeah. She got to, be in the vaudeville circuit in its heyday and still got to enjoy the music of Queen and Bowie.
That's good. Life. That is good. And lived through wars and survived.
Yes.
And was she still? When did she stop performing? Do you know that? Or...
No, it seems like she carried on performing as long as she could.
Well,
so she was definitely still performing right until the late 60s.
Oh, that we're definitely going to end up like that. I want to end up like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm happy if I die because I don't want to die, but if I'm going to do it, still on stage.
Well, hopefully
in the middle of a number,
not falling off a
at the age of
horse.
100. I want to make it to 100. I want my letter from the Queen. But yeah, I'd be happy to fall off a panto horse, age 101, onto my face, and that's the end of it. Be quick.
It's a way of going out.
In a way, it's slightly funny. Then everyone would be like, "Ooh, awkward silence." That wasn't planned.
One person at the back just like,
yeah. Oh, she's dead. Oh dear. It's fine because I wouldn't know. I'd be dead and everyone else would
be like, I think
I'd be a headline. I'd be making the headlines the next day.
Yeah.
Actress 101 dies falling off panto horse onto her face into the orchestra pit.
We don't know where the panto horse came from.
Fall into a giant. What's the big the big brass instruments? The tuba.
Oh, the tuba.
Yeah, like I'd fall into the tuba, and there'd be like a comedy.
Just your legs kicking out the top of the tuba.
Yeah, and then they just slowly stop kicking. I'd be dead. Oh, death.
There's a lot involved in this death. There's panto horses, there's tubas.
Well,
for some reason.
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna go, why not go off a panto horse into a tuba at the age of 101?
We have many years to plan this.
Yeah. Well, I would like it to feel spontaneous.
Yeah,
that's a big ask.
But there is a lot of variables.
I'm looking for a booker when I'm 101.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to be younger than me. They might not be born yet.
Yeah, might not even exist.
They're probably not born yet. But that's what I'm hoping for. Someone is going to book me in the future at that age to be on a panto horse.
Yeah.
I don't know what part I would be in the pantomime. Old crone?
Well, the future is bright there. It's like,
well, it's bright if they're hiring 101-year-old people to be in pantos. I think that's great. I'm all for people hiring pantos, elderly actresses and performers. Don't be ageist, people. Just because you think someone might die accidentally doesn't mean you shouldn't hire them.
And it's a hell of a way to end the show.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can see photos of Betty Jumel over on our Instagram account at Cabaret Darlings. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to my first guest, Miss Velma Von Bon Bon.
You're welcome. I hope my voice has not been too irritating for everyone to listen to. I certainly will not be listening back to it.
Oh.
Hey, but I was here, so I know what happened. So it's fine.
You remember this conversation.
Well, that's debatable.
Well.
There's been wine, and also I don't remember anything.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and tune in again next week.
Thank you. Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.